Hello everyone. Welcome to the course Python Programming for Every Beginners. In this lecture, we will discuss about the second iterative or repetition or loop statement, that is for loop. Coming to the outline. First, we will see what is for loop. Then here one important function is used that can be used in for loop, that is range function. Then let us see some example programs in Python using for loop followed by range function. Finally, like while else, here also we are having one statement for combination of else statement, that is called as for else statement. Let us see one by one. For loop can be used to repeat a set of statements with a finite number of times. So what are the statements? You have taken statement 1 to n. All statements can be repeated with a finite number of times, like n times. It may be 5, 10, 20, whatever, with only finite. It iterates through either by using a string or using list elements or using tuple elements or set elements or dictionary. So actually, list, tuple, set, dictionary, these are all collections of Python, also called as Python data, special data types that can be discussed separately in upcoming lectures. So in for loop, by reading string, by reading elements from the list, by reading elements from the tuple, by reading elements from the set and from dictionary. So we can use for loop by using all these collections. Then those can be displayed. To repeat a set of statements with a finite number of times, for this one built-in function is used, that is called as range function. Before seeing the for loop syntax, first let us see what is the range function. So range function is used to generate a sequence of integers. The syntax of range function is the inbuilt keyword, reserved keyword, that is range, within function bracket, the 3 parameters it includes. The first one is called as start value, comma, second one is called as stop value, comma, third one is step value. So the range function, which is combination of the 3 parameters, start, top, step. Let us see what are the uses of these 3 parameters, which are optional, which are mandatory. The first parameter, start parameter, indicates the starting value. It is optional actually. By default, the starting value is 0. Suppose you didn't mention the start value, then by default it starts with 0. But if you want to start other than 0, a particular value, then you have to mention the start value. For example, your value is 1, then it starts from 1. Your value is 2, then it starts from 2, like that. Then the second parameter, stop parameter. Stop parameter indicates the ending value, which is the mandatory parameter. So without start, by default, it starts with 0, but without stop, you will get error because the ending value is mandatory. Then the third parameter is called a step parameter. So step parameter indicates whether the increment or decrement value. So it is also optional. By default, increase it by 1, then by default, decrease it by -1. So that is increment and decrement value. So start, stop, step, out of this, stop is mandatory. So if start is not there, by default, it starts with 0. Step is not there, by default, increase it by 1, decrease it by -1. So this is the syntax of range function. So directly we can't execute this range function. So in the for loop, we can use this one. Then that loop can be repeated based on these range values. Now let us see some examples of range function. For example, the range function we are having start value as 1, next stop value is 10, then step value is 1. So here starting 1 is given means it starts from 1, then it continues the values up to 10, but it won't take the 10 value. Before 10, whatever that can be displayed up to that. Then step value increment by 1. So this function generates the numbers from 1 to 9 with increment by 1. Here increment value is 1. Even if it is not given, by default increment by 1. Suppose here starting 1 is not given, the start value, then it start with 0. It displays 0 to 9 value. Total 0 to 9 values. The end value, it won't be displayed. Before the end value only it displays. So now here starting with 1, increment by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Up to this, the range values are displayed. So the stop value won't include here. That can be excluded in range function. Then similarly, range of 1, 10, 2, same as previous one, but here increment the step value is 2. So it displays by increasing plus 2 each and every time, starting with 1. Now here what you will get? First 1 plus 2, 3, then 3 plus 2, 5, then 5 plus 2, 7, then 7 plus 2, 9. Then 9 plus 2, 11, it won't display. Why? Because the end value is 10. Before 10 only, it displays the values. Now what is this set? You can observe this is the odd set of values. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. These are all the odd numbers from the range 1 to 9. Similarly, if you want to display even values, so the starting value, if we can give 2, now the step value is 2. First 2, 2 plus 2, 4, 4 plus 2, 6, 6 plus 8, 6 plus 2, 8, 8 plus 2, 10 won't display. Why? Because that is the stop value. Before stop value, what is the latest value? 8. So it displays up to 8 only. So this range function generates the even numbers from 2 to 10. Then another example, the range of 10, 0, minus 1. Start value is 10. Then the stop value is 0. Then the step or increment value is minus 1. That means from 10 to, it displays before 0. Before 0, what it contains? 1 actually. So with the decrement by 1. So first it displays 10, 10 minus 1, 9, 9 minus 1, 8, 8 minus 1, 7, 7 minus 1, 6, 6 minus 1, 5, 5 minus 1, 4, 4 minus 1, 3, 3 minus 1, 2, 2 minus 1, 1. Then 1 minus 1, 0. So the 0 value won't display because this is the stop value. Before 0, what is the last value? 1. So it displays up to 1 only. So then let us see some more examples. So here directly we have given only the mandatory value. For example, range of 10. So what is start value is not given. Then step value is also not given. So these first and third parameters are optional. If start value is not given, by default it starts with 0. Then the step value is not given, by default increment by 1. So the stop value is 10. That means before 10, it displays starting with 0. Generates the numbers from 0 to 9. That is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It won't display the end value, stop value. So before stop value, 9. Similarly, range of 10, 20. So what is the meaning of this? The start value is 10. Then the stop value is 20. Increment value is not given. Step value by default 1. So it starts with 10. Then it displays up to 20, excluding 20, with increment by 1. Now it displays 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and so on, 19. 20 it won't display. By default, increment by 1. Then similarly, if you can give empty range function, range of the empty braces, it displays error. So why? Because the stop parameter is mandatory. So it here, whenever you can run this one, error, compulsory, the parameter stop value required. Then another example, range of 1, 1, 1. Start value is 1, stop value is 1. Then step value is also 1. So it start with 1, then 1 plus 1, 2, but it won't display 2. Why? Because a stop value is 2. Before, stop value is 1. Before 1, what you are having? No values. So here, nothing will be displayed. Similarly, range of -1, 0, 1. Starting value -1, then step value 1, then the stop value 0. So actually -1 plus 1, 0. But 0 not included. Before 0, what you are having? -1. So it displays only one value, that is -1. Finally, these are all some of the examples of range function. So here one note you have to observe. The range function cannot generate a sequence of float values. Only displays decimal values only. It can't display float values. The list of numbers generated using range function can be iterated through using for loop. Now, whatever the examples we demonstrated for range function. Now, all the list of numbers generated using this range function, those can be iterated, repeated, those range values using for loop. So that's why before discussing for loop here, we covered the use of range function. Now let us come to the for loop syntax. Similar to while loop, so here for loop also having syntax. So the syntax is, it start with the keyword for space variable name, variable underscore name, single name we have to give. Then in is also keyword, then sequence, colon. So now after that statement 1, statement 2, and so on statement n. Let us see each and every term in this syntax. Here for and in are the keywords. Then the variable name is a control variable. You can define your own variable, any name you can give. Then sequence. What is sequence here? Sequence is a group of values. It may be possible through what type of sequences it takes, either list or tuple or set or dictionary or range or string. So in the for loop, in place of sequence, you can use any of all these collections. These are all special data types, list or tuple or set or dictionary, range, string. Now range, just now we discussed. Here we'll demonstrate more about range, then followed by other sequences. One example also will demonstrate. Then what is colon? Here colon denotes the beginning of the for loop. Like in other programming languages, we may use the set bracket, open brace and close brace at the end. But here in Python, the beginning of the loop, here we can use colon. Then statement 1 to statement n, what this statement denotes the body of the for loop. So whatever the statements you can include within the for loop, all these statements can be repeated with whatever the sequence value we give. So these are all the statements included in the body of the for loop. This is the syntax of for loop and meaning of each and every term included in this syntax. Then coming to, let us see some example programs using for loop. The simple program, write a program to print the numbers from 1 to 10. So now here for our syntax is for variable name in sequence, then set of statements. Here for, let us assume the variable small I in, then here we are using the range function. The range of the start value, then stop value, then step value. So then actually, what are the values generated with the range function? Starting with 1 to 10, it won't include 11. Increment by 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on 9. That is the sequence generated. Now it prints all these values. Here we are printing I. First I start with 1, then continues till 11, but 11 is not displayed. Before 11, whatever the value. Whenever you can run this program, see the output 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so one by one. One by one, values are displayed in column format. Now you can see this is the output. Okay, like that, several programs using for loop followed by range function. Let us demonstrate. So the first program here, whatever we explained. So let us open the Python, any tool you are using. Here I have taken Python shell script. Now see, let us see in the new file. So I have copied this program for I in range of 1, 11, 1, then print I simply. So before running, we have to save this program for loop demo. Let us give any name. Okay, now in the run menu, you can click on run module or F5. Now let us see the output, what we will get here. Here you can see for I in range 1 to start value 1, stop value 11, then step value 1. So it starts with 1, continues the loop till the stop value before 11, that is 10. Then all values are printed here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11 won't include it. The stop value in the range function, what are the stop value? That won't include it. Before the stop value only, the values are included. So this is simple program for demonstrating for loop with the range function. So let us see some more programs. So different programs are collected here. The second program, write a program to print odd numbers between 1 to 10. If you want to print the odd numbers from 1 to 10. See, let us see how this will be. So odd number means, yeah, it must start with 1. Then the step value you have to give 2. The same range, 1, 11. Then increment by 2. Then what it displays, first it reads I value starting with 1. Then it prints 1. Then again it repeats. Next I value. What is the next value? Increment by 2. So 1 plus 2, 3. Then it prints 3. Then 3 plus 2, 5. Then 5 plus 2, 7. 7 plus 2, 9. Then 9 plus 2, 11. 11 won't display. Well, because there is stop value. Before stop value, what is the last value? 9. So it displays up to 9 only. Now run this program, check the output. Here you can see. So 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. First one, 1 plus 2, 3. 3 plus 2, 5. 5 plus 2, 7. 7 plus 2, 9. These are all the odd numbers between 1 to 10. So using the range function. Same program, if you want to display even numbers, to print even numbers between 1 to 10, here what you have to do, even number must and should start with 2. Now the step value is 2 only. Now you can see for I in range of 2, 11, 2, it starts with 2. 2 plus 2, 4. 4 plus 2, 6. 6 plus 2, 8. 8 plus 2, 10. So it includes up to 10. Why? Because the stop value is 11. Before 11, 10. So that is the output you will get here. Now let us see here. The even numbers between 1 to 10. It includes 10 also. Why? The range we have taken 11. Before 11, whatever the value, even value, last value 10. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So like that, using the range function, whatever the values you can include inside the range function, then we can see the output. So next one, write a program to use range function without any parameters. So in this, see here in the range function, start value, stop value, and step value all are not given. So empty range function we have taken. So here what you will get while discussing the syntax of range function, what we demonstrated, the mandatory parameter stop is required here, but here we didn't given. Let us see what type of error you will get here. Then simply click on run. Here you can see what is the error it is showing. For I in range, this is the statement we use. Type error. Range expected at least one argument. So what is the one argument? That is the stop one actually. Remaining two optional, stop is mandatory. So here got 0. So this is the error you will get here. So then another one. So we have seen some examples for I in range of 1, 1, 1. So what you will get here? As for this, what you will get output here? The start value is 1, stop value is 1, step value is 1. Here you won't get actually. Why? Because your start value is 1. Before 1, nothing will be there. Your range is starting with 1 only. Here you can see blank. So nothing is displayed here. Your output is blank here. Similarly, you can take -1, -1, 1, 1. What you will get here? The end value is 1. Before 1, what you are having? 0 actually. Increment is the increment value 1. So here you can see before 1, what you are having? 0, -1. So you will get this one. -1, 0 is the output. For example, here if you can take 0, the stop value is 0, then what you will get? Before 0, what you are having? -1. So you will get -1 here. Like that, using range function, you can give any values in the range function, then you can demonstrate the use of for loop here. These are all various examples of for loop using the range function. Now another example, by using other sequences like list, tuple, set, and dictionary. Let us see one example. Anyway, separate topics we will discuss about all this in detail in upcoming chapters. A for loop is very popularly used to iterate through a string. In place of range, now we can use string. In place of range, now you can use list. In place of range, you can use tuple. In place of range, you can use set. In place of range, you can use dictionary. So all these 5 sequences, but one at a time you can use. So let us demonstrate one example program. Here before that, let us see string means that can be enclosed within single quotes or double quotes. Then how the list will be, how the tuple will be, how the set will be. Let us see. Then how the dictionary will be. Let us see. One example program here demonstrating. So write a program to demonstrate for loop using string, list, tuple, set, and dictionary. The first one we have taken string. So for our understanding purpose here, we have taken the print statement with headings string output followed by underline. Now for I in place of range, now what you have to do, you can take any string within single quotes or double quotes. Then what it displays, the I value starting with the string from the first character onwards. It reads 1 by 1 character and displays 1 by 1. Now you can see first P, it reads P, then print of I. What is I equal to P? It prints P. Then it repeats next character, increment by 1 by default. So then next one is Y. So then it prints Y. Next one is T, H, O, N. Like it reads 1 by 1 character from the string and displays till N value. After N, nothing will be there. Then the loop terminates or ends. So this is the example program for loop using the sequence string. Here directly string value is taken here. Then next one, the next collection is what we are having list. So how to define list here? The list can be represented within square brackets. followed by string values or numerical values also. For example, here print list output, then for the variable name, for understanding purpose, list LST is given. We can't take LIST, that is the reserved keyword actually. All these data types, string denoted by str, list, tuple, set, dictionary, DIC. These are all reserved keywords. So we can't take the reserved keywords as variable name. So for LST is the list name. In the list within square bracket, we have taken some strings. Each string separated with comma. For example, apple, comma, banana, comma, carrot, comma, grapes. So now here it reads string wise, not character wise. Value wise it reads. So first value is within the set brackets, within quotations, apple. It reads the character, string 1, apple. That is I equal to 1. Then I equal to 2, banana. I equal to 3, carrot. I equal to 4, grapes. Then string wise it displays values based on the index. So first, whenever you can print list, what it displays? The first one, apple. The second one, banana. Third one, carrot. Fourth one, grapes. Like that. Like a string, it displays character by character. But in the list, the values in the same order are displayed. So that is the for loop with the list. Next one, tuple. The third sequence, tuple. So how the tuple is defined? The tuple values are given within a function bracket. So these notations you can remember. String means within single quotes. Then list means square bracket. Tuple means function bracket. Then set means same set brackets. Then what is the dictionary that we will see after all this. So now the tuple output. Now tuple, for example, TUP. We can't take tuple full form. That is a reserved keyword. For tuple in within function bracket, the same format in the list, whatever the strings, similar fashion within single quote. For example, your first string is cat within single quote represented. Comma, second one is dog. Third one is elephant. Fourth one is lion. The same fashion, it prints the values from the tuple data structure. In the same order, it displays string wise, not character wise. Entire string is displayed at a time. The first position value is cat. Cat is displayed. Second value is dog. Dog is displayed. Third one is elephant. Elephant is displayed. Fourth one is lion. After line, nothing will be there. So this is the tuple output. So then coming to set. Next data type, set. So here set is represented with normal set brackets only. For example, here we have taken some numerical values for the set name SETT. SET can't take, that is the result keyword. For SETT is the name of the set variable name. In we have taken the set values within the set brackets. For example, 10, 20, 30, minus 10, minus 20, minus 30. Even you can take the strings also within double quotes, but for numerical values, no need to include the quotations. So now here print the set values. Here one important point we have to remember. So whenever the data type is of set type, the output from the set can be displayed in randomly. It won't display either ascending or descending order. That's why here output of set values are unordered. For example, here you can see first time we can run, first minus 30 is displayed, then 10 is displayed, then minus 20, then 20, then minus 10, then 30. Here first this value, then this value, then this value, like any order. Next time if you can run, the order will be changed. That's why there is no fixed order for set values. This you can remember. Then coming to the last sequence, dictionary. Here, what is the format of dictionary here? The dictionary is represented same as in set values, but here every value can be defined as a pair. What the pair contains? Key followed by value, separated with colon. Here the dictionary values are denoted within square bracket, but the values are denoted with key value pair. The key value first you can represent within single quotes colon, then its value again within single quotes, the name. So here key A101 is the key. What is its value? Python course. For example, these are subject courses. For example, your roll numbers, if you want to print here, first you can write your roll number as the key, name of the roll number one, student name, like that. A101 is the course code. What is the course name? Python course, comma. So here every pair is separated with comma. Then the key and value are separated with colon. This A101 colon Python course. This is one key value pair, comma, second value A102 colon formal language and automata theory, comma, the third key A103, its value is compiler design. Like that, any values, if you want, you can give in this combination. So whenever you can run this program, what is the output here? Print DSCTT. Here it prints only key values. By default, whenever you can print the dictionary variable, it takes only the key value. First value A101, second key A102, third one A103. Here you can see the output is A101, 102, 103. But later, while discussing dictionary in detail, there we will see how to display the values also along with key that we will discuss at that time. So now this is one example program. For loop with the sequences string, list, tuple, set, dictionary. Now let us demonstrate this program. Whatever we have seen till now, let us run this program. The same program copied here. Here you can see demonstrate for loop using strings, list, tuple, set, dictionary. So the same program here. First you can see first string we are taking for I in Python, then print I. The indentation automatically whenever you can enter the cursor, you can see here in the same position only the indentation begins the next statement. So next one is, so this part is actually string type for I in string. The next one is list. So for LST in the list within square bracket, 4 strings are taken. Then print LST. Then the tuple part within function bracket you can take for TUP in the string names, animal names are taken. Then set sequence, the set is denoted with set bracket for SETT in 10, 20 and so on. Here you can see the output values. Output of set values are unordered here. Then next one is dictionary, last one. The dictionary is denoted again same as set brackets, but key followed by value. These two are separated with colon. Then the entire key value separated with comma for DACT in. So A101 colon Python course, comma A102 colon formal language and automatic. So here key as well as value both needs to be included within quotations. Now whenever you can print the variable name is DACTT, only key values are displayed. Now let us run this program. See, all are included in single program. Now all outputs will be displayed at a time. Now let us see. Here you can see. For understanding purpose, we have given headings. String output, what you have taken string as Python. So in Python, each character wise, it displays one by one in one row, PYTHON. Then list output, in the list, what we have taken, the fruit names, apple, banana, carrot, grape. String wise, it displays. Then third one is tuple. In tuple also, what we have taken, the animal names, 4 names, cat, dog, elephant, lion. All are string type. Then separately it displays one string in one line. So then set output, what we have taken actually, set output 10, 20, 30, then minus 10, minus 20, minus 30. That is the order we have taken. But here output you can see minus 30, 10, minus 20, 20, minus 10, 10. So unordered. So randomly it displays. It won't follow any order, the sets. Then coming to dictionary. In dictionary, what we have taken the values course A101 colon Python, A102 colon formal language and automata 3, A103 colon compiler design. So key values are taken, but here by default it displays only keys only. A101 is the key, A102 is the key, A103 is the key. If you want to display the key values also, that we will discuss during the dictionary concept discussion in detail. So this is the complete one program for demonstrating for loop using string sequence, list sequence, tuple sequence, set sequence, then dictionary sequence. Okay, that is for loop using these set of sequences. So then coming to next one, see whatever the program here we explained lively, that was demonstrated. Similar to while else, here also we are having for else. So what is for else? The first statement as usual. So whenever the for loop condition fails, so then it comes to the else block. So in the else part, whatever the statement, that can be displayed here. Okay, now the syntax is same as for loop. Then later we can include else block. That is the only difference. For variable name in sequence, any sequence you can use range, string, list, tuple, set, dictionary, whatever. Statement 1 to n. Then see the indentation. Else also started the same line where for is started. Else colon else block. So here whatever the for statement condition value, then the statement 1 to n are executed. Then whenever the condition fails, whenever the loop ends, then it comes to the else part. In the else part, whatever that will be displayed. This is the syntax for else. Now let us see one simple example program. So write a program to print 1 to 5 numbers using for else statement. So we are displaying the heading for else statement example. For I in range of, here you can see the start value is 1, stop value is 6, then step value is 1. So here it displays what is the outcome of this range value 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up to 5 only displays. It won't display 6. Why? Because stop value is the 6. By default increment by 1. Here print of 5, what it displays 1 to 5. So okay, after I value is 5. So then further 6 is there. It won't take 6 actually. That is the stop value. Before stop value, what we are having 5. So after whenever I value is 5, further no values are there. Then what it displays, it comes to the else part. In the else part, it prints I. What is the I? What is the latest I before the stop value 5? The 5 is displayed here. Whenever you can run this program, here you can see the first for loop part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are displayed. In the else part, print of I. Again, 5 is displayed. Why this 5 is displayed means, so after I equal to 5, after 5, you can see the 6, but we can't take 6, that is stop value. Before stop value, 5. So then it terminates the loop, then whatever the latest value, that is displayed here. Suppose here 1 to 7. Now it displays 1 to 6 followed by 6. 1 to 11. It displays 1 to 10 followed by again 10 in the else part like that. So this is the program for demonstration for else. So lively, let us run this program. Whatever the program here we explain. For else statement, for I in range of 1, 6, 1, then print I, else print I. So if you want to see the differentiation, let us give some heading here. Else part I value. Now we will get clarity. So before this heading will be printed. Now let us run this one. Here you can see. See the first part for I in range of 1, 6, 1. It prints 1 to 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then loop ends here. Whenever loop ends, it comes to the else part. In the else part, what we have given, the else part I value. What is the I value? Just now we explained. 5, the last value. Before the stop value, whatever the value. So that value is printed here. So this is for else. Okay, this is the example of for else program. Okay, now that's all about for loop. So next class we will come up with other type of repetition or loop statements. So till then, all of you, a very happy learning. Stay tuned for latest updates.